For the past couple of weeks, I've been making some videos about security issues in PHP. And I don't know if it's a coincidence, but just a lot of things happened all together, and it's a very important topic to talk about. We started with this supply chain attack where a pretty popular package got hacked and tagged and then had the potential to be distributed via Composer, which was a very big issue, but luckily people caught it in time. Then there was the issue with Composer leaking access tokens in GitHub Actions, which we also caught on time. Then I talked to Volker as well, who is now leading a new initiative in the PHP Foundation to help detect and report and fix security issues in the PHP open source world. So that is really important as well. And then 2 days ago, Nuno made this video about another supply chain attack for the Laravel Lang packages. So yeah, things are happening, and it's important to talk about this and to be aware of the potential issues and how to deal with them. And now yesterday, Composer wrote a blog post addressing many of the things that have been happening in the past weeks, because whether you like it or not, all these issues were kind of made far more worse because Composer is there in the middle as a package manager and has the potential to push malicious code to so many installations without people actually noticing it. And that is one of the downsides of using package managers. And it is something we do need to be aware of, but now Composer is also adding some new features that will help us prevent things from going wrong. The last months, and even more so the last weeks, we saw an increasing amount of software supply chain attacks targeting open source communities. A handful of these have hit the PHP ecosystem, and they mentioned Laravel Lang and the Intercom one. And this post is an update on where Composer and Packagist supply chain security work stands right now, what's already in place, what ships in the next few weeks, and the longer running projects we're working through. We've been focusing on this area for close to a year, and there's enough to cover that it's worth pulling in together in one place. If you maintain any package on packagist.org and don't have multi-factor authentication enabled, please enable it now. We will begin to publish package maintainer MFA status to package transparency logs, and it will be visible on profiles. See the MFA section below for details. Okay, so what's in place today? Aikido, malware detection integrated into Packagist.org and the package metadata Composer consumes. So basically malware detection by Aikido. These are the people who detected some of the previous supply chain attacks. Seems like they know what they're doing. Rapid manual incident response by the Packagist team. We've seen this over the past weeks already. The team at Packagist is definitely acting quickly, which is why none of the previous hacks had any or only a very small impact, which is really good. And then a public transparency log, which accurately recorded the git tag modifications used in the recent attacks. And then shipping this week, Composer 2.10 introducing a unified dependency policy framework that covers malware flagged versions, vulnerability advisories, and abandoned packages. I am curious to see what that would look like. I don't think Composer self-update, 2.10 isn't available yet while I'm reading this, so we'll still have to wait and see what that looks like in practice. Shipping this week as well, stable version immutability on packagist.org. Tagged versions can no longer be silently rewritten by retagging in Git repositories. This is a really good change. I do remember retagging myself a couple of times, maybe 3 or 4 times in the past year because I tagged the wrong commit. So that won't be possible anymore, but it's fine. We should just then tag a new version if someone messed up. So it's really good that versions will become immutable. Also, new supply chain security features in private packages for organization-wide control to be detailed in follow-up posts. Sure. More predictable Composer install download behavior. Deprecation of source fallbacks. Sure, okay. Coming in the next weeks, a minimum release age or cooldown dependency policy in Composer. I think this is really good. This basically means that you instruct Composer to only pull in dependencies that have been released X amount of days or weeks in the past, so that you know that, okay, if it's been public for a couple of weeks, it's probably safe to use. It's basically pushing the issue of security to someone else and saying it's your problem. Let you be the guinea pig who discovers whether there's a problem with this release or not. But it is a good thing. It seems to work for NPM. So improved admin tooling on Packagist.org with manual malware feed overrides, delisting for older Composer clients, packet freezing during active, account compromises, stuff like that. MFA's event service to the transparency log, sure. And then organizational package ownership, replacing shared company accounts with proper multi-user management and package vendor scoped configuration options. Like, it's kind of crazy that we didn't have this before on Packagist, but yeah, okay, really good. And then longer term direction, mandatory MFA across Packagist.org. Makes a lot of sense, with stricter requirements at the organization level. FIDO2 backed staged release flow required for packages with large user bases. I actually don't know what's this. Fast Identity Online 2 is an open standard for user authentication that aims to strengthen the way people sign in to online services to increase overall trust. So something authentication related, okay. Packagist.org hosting immutable build artifacts directly. Good idea. That's instead of pulling from GitHub directly. Bringing the Composer plus Packagist stack to OpenSSF, securing software repository working group. All of these things are really great. There is a lot more to the blog post. Feel free to read through it in detail. I think all these changes make a lot of sense and they will be really helpful in increasing security for PHP as a whole. Because whether you like it or not, Packagist is in between almost everything these days, especially for modern PHP developments. So yeah, this is very good that they're making some changes. By the way, Levi here on the Reddit thread shared some interesting thoughts about the blog post. Whether we like it or not, AI is getting better and better at attacks, and the rate at which software at large is being attacked is increasing. And that's maybe the reason why we're seeing more and more of this. Maybe it's not a coincidence. Maybe there are indeed more malicious people out there who are trying to hack into PHP packages. This means that it's more important than ever to keep your software up to date. This applies to everything in your stack, your PHP version, your web server version, your dependencies, your operating system. And then Levi says, I like this. This is the floor of what you should be doing, meaning the minimum you should be doing. There are many, many other things you should be doing, but if you cannot update these things, you are dead in the water if someone targets your organization. I've been writing about PHP's version stats for years now, and every year I say the same thing over and over again. Just get to the latest version. It's not worth staying behind. You're only making it more difficult to upgrade in the long run. And you're missing out on so many important security features. And actually, apart from the very good changes to Packagist, if there's one good thing about all these security issues happening lately, I hope it means that people will finally make the effort to update their PHP installations. And as Levi says, their whole stack. It's not that difficult. There are automated tools out there to help you with it. And it's just so important. So, 2 takeaways from this video: update your PHP versions, web server, operating system, stuff like that. I'm gonna check right after recording this whether I'm up to date everywhere. And second thing, really good, Packagist is making some changes that are very necessary and good for PHP. Let me know your thoughts in the comments and then I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.